Hello everybody, I'm John and I am here in the car with my family. This summer we are concentrating on a passage from John 15 about being attached to the vine. The way in which we grow is by spending time being close to Jesus. And the way we spend time with Jesus is by intentionally taking time to be still. And so this coming Sunday, if you happen to be watching this in real time on July 14th, we're going to be taking intentional time to practice the spiritual practice of thankfulness and gratitude. And so if you happen to be in town in Albany, we're going to be meeting at the building at 10:30, and we're going to sing, and we're going to eat food, and we're going to spend time intentionally thinking about how we can be grateful and thankful for each other and for other things in our life. But the great thing about this summer, and really about all times, is that you don't have to just have this intentional time if you are able to come to the building. And so if you're watching this and you are traveling around, so we're in the middle of central Illinois right now visiting family. We're actually on the way to go visit Ashley's great grandma, which is pretty cool. But we will be back in Albany for this Sunday on the 14th. But if you're not going to be in Albany this Sunday, or if you are in Albany but you're not able to come to the building for whatever reason, then you can practice gratitude and thankfulness wherever you happen to be. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do. And actually, as soon as we turn this video off, we're going to take the opportunity while we're driving another half an hour or so here to Ashley's grandma's house to do just that and practice gratitude. But to get you started, Ashley is going to read our verse that we are going to use as our guide for thankfulness. One of the reoccurring things throughout the New Testament of the Bible is there's a guy named Paul. If you've been with us, we looked at a letter that Paul wrote to a church in Colossae, and Paul was one of the early Christians, and he was writing letters to these early little pockets of Christians all over the Roman Empire. And one of the things that he would always do is he would start off his letter and he says some sort of something like, every time I think about you, I am thankful for you. Every time I pray, I'm thankful. And there's this idea that whenever Paul takes the time to be still and to spend time with God, one of the things that just naturally bubbles up is he starts to think about these other people in his life, and he is just thankful for them, and he is thankful for specific things, and then he goes out of his way to let them know how thankful he is for them. And so one of those is he's writing a letter to a church in an ancient Roman city called Thessalonica, and this is what he says at the beginning of his letter. So Ashley is doing double duty today. She is filming and reading. So this is what Paul says in 1 Thessalonica chapter 1.
So 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verses 3 through 5. We ought to always thank God for you, brothers and sisters, and rightly so, because your faith is growing more and more, and the love all of you have for one another is increasing. Therefore, among God's churches, we boast about your perseverance and faith in all the persecutions and trials you are enduring. All of this is evidence that God's judgment is right, and as a result, you will be counted worthy of the kingdom of God for which you are suffering.
There you go. So there's kind of three categories that Paul gives that he's specifically thankful for the church, which I think is a great kind of three categories that you can use as you are giving thanks for the people in your life. And again, this could be people that you are in a car with. It could be people that you are in a house with. It could be people that just bubble up to your mind and you take the time to give a call or email or text or whoever it might be. So three categories he does is he thanks them, he's thankful for the ways in which he sees them grow. And so as you look around the people in your life, how have you seen them growing? Specifically, as we're thinking about growing and by being attached to the vine, being attached to Jesus, loving Jesus, loving each other, and loving the world. How have you seen them progressing? What growth have you seen in them? And what an amazing thing to take the time to let them know, hey, I've noticed over the last couple weeks, the last couple months, you seem to be growing in this specific area, and just let them know that. He also takes the time to say, here's how I see you specifically loving other people. And so what ways Have you seen some of the people in your life taking steps to intentionally love you or love other people? What's an act of service they've done? What's something that they've done that's encouraged you? What's something that you've seen, you've noticed that they've intentionally gone out of their way to show love, and you just want to thank them that they've done that? And then the last category is he sees that they've gone through some pretty tough times. They're like right now in the middle of some really difficult times. And he sees that even though they're going through difficult times, they're still able to be attached to the vine, that they're still able to see good things in this world. They're still able to hold on to faith and hold on to God even during difficult times. And maybe there's some people in your life, the people that are in your house, in your car, who are bubbling up to your mind, and they've gone through a really tough season, or they're right now in the middle of a really tough season. And just to let them know, like, I see you going through this tough time, and I still see that you're like holding on to hope, like you're still have some joy, you still have some love, like you are still finding ways to be attached to the vine even as you're going through these tough times. So wherever you are, take that time, and I think that as you do, it will be such a great chance for you to intentionally be still, take those moments to practice gratitude, which is a way in which we stay attached to the vine. And last thing, just a kind of level set. We're going to, as soon as we turn this video off, we're going to take the time in this car to do this. But this is like, we're like taking the time to intentionally do this. We're not like superstar preacher family by any means. If we weren't doing this video, I don't know if we would have taken the time to do this. But we're like carving out time, and by us doing that, I think it's going to be a special time for us as a family to be able to share some things. And all of it takes a little bit of work. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward to like intentionally stop the other stuff that you're doing. You know, right before this, Ashley was sending text, and Mari was listening to music, Liam was reading a book, and we're all just kind of doing our own things. But now we're gonna intentionally take some time to let each other know just some things that we're grateful for. And for us to carve out those moments is just so important, and that's what we're trying to focus on this summer. That this is just a key part of what we want to do to better love Jesus, love each other, and love the world. So take this time, and wherever you are, we love you guys, and we're excited for the ways that we can grow and stay with Jesus this summer. Talk to you soon. Bye.